Hello everyone and welcome to a very special video. Today I am going to show people how to use third-party drafting sites in combination with Magic Arena to draft cubes in pods that you can play on Magic Arena. So what you have to first do is you're going to go to this website. It's mtgadraft.herokuapp.com, and you don't need anything with a session ID here. And I'll post links to all these down in the description below. But you go to this website here, and what you want to go ahead and do to start is you want to change your username to something that's familiar, that identifies you. For here, it's Buckeye Boomerang. And then you want to change the session ID to something that is going to be relevant for what you're doing. But this is going to be some sort of unique code that you can share with your friends to be able to get everyone into the same pod. So for here, we're going to do cubing 1. So we have a cubing here. We can share this session ID. There's a little share here that'll copy the link, and then you can share that with your friends over Discord, over Twitch, whatever it happens to be. And then what you want to go ahead and do is, already with this website, you could go ahead and draft different sets that are available. Just standard sets from Core 19, actually from Ixalan onwards, all the way through Theros Beyond Death at the time of recording. But what you can actually do now, the new functionality, is you can upload custom card lists. So you click the 3 dots right over here on the right-hand side of that, and you can change some specific options. And for what we're doing, we're not worried about the color balancing and the maximum duplicate copies, but we're going to go ahead and down here and click Custom Card List, and then it's going to ask you to upload. So what you do is you go over to something like Cube Tutor, which we have up over here, Cube Cobra in this case, and you find a cube that somebody has built, or you can build one yourself. Here we're using one by someone in our Discord by the name of Spiffy, and I'll go ahead and post a link to this as well in the description below. But he built this cube, which is sort of a no-feels-bad historic cube that we can go ahead and play on Magic Arena. All of these cards have been programmed into Magic Arena. A few of them, where is it there? Platinum Angel came in with some of the historic anthologies. There's some lands that came in with those as well. These cycle lands. But a lot of it's just from the sets that were put out. So we have all of these. We can go ahead and here we'll export it, download the card names as a text file, pops in down here. We'll go back over to the draft site, and we'll go ahead and upload that card list. So in this case, it was 360 cards. If your cube has more, 480 or so, it'll just pull the necessary amounts. For here, it's exactly 360, so all cards are getting drafted every single time. So we have that, and now we see the session options. We're using the custom card list. And then you go ahead and give your friends this ID. They all jump in. You get up to 8 people, and you go ahead and pod draft. For the sake of this, I'm just going to throw in 7 bots so that I can show everyone how this works. But once everyone's ready, you can do a ready check. See if everyone's ready. It'll go ahead and give them a little check mark. If they are, they can go ahead and tap something on their screens. And then we can go ahead and start the draft. And in this draft, there's a couple archetypes. They're laid out over here. We have blue-white enchantments artifacts, blue-black artifacts, black-red sacrifice, red-green dinos, and a whole bunch, as well as he says there's no feel-bads in here. There's no board wipes. There's no busted stuff like gods or Ashiok or dream trawlers. A couple counter spells, but that's fine. And so here, now we're into the draft. And as you can see, we have cards all the way from Dominaria to some of these cycle lands from the Historic Anthology. We have stuff from the brand new set, Theros Beyond Death at this point, Slaughter Priest. We have cards that were in the Brawl decks, like Final Death, Taste of Death here. So we have a bunch of options. We can go ahead and pick up anything. Here, I'm going to start with a Mending of Dominaria. It seems like a fun card. We can ramp into some crazy stuff. I like it. We get Planeswalkers. We get ones from War of the Spark. We get ones from the other Ravnica sets that are at Mythic level. There's multiple rares or Mythics in a pack we get to choose from. So it's so much gets to come together, and I've had a lot of fun drafting this cube in particular so far, but you can draft any cube that you want. And so here, we'll just think in like Ranging Raptors. This sort of goes with the ramp theme we're looking at. Maybe it's not the most powerful card. Hey, look, we got Platinum Angel. This might be a good thing that we're able to ramp too with these Ranging Raptors and the Mending. And tell the opponent if they can't answer it, they can't win the game. So we'll pick it up here. We get stuff like Vraska's Contempt, but we're going to take Mind Stone. And right now it looks like we're sort of wanting to be green ramp, which might not be an archetype, but we're going to make it one here. We have, the Brawl deck Commanders here, and a Layla. She's not on color at all. But we can go through and just keep making picks, and it doesn't matter here too much. We can keep taking stuff, Purphoros' Interventions, powerful removal, but we could just take a Mantle of the Wolf or a Lava Coil. There's so many good options in here. But what you'll go through is you'll go through and draft, and let's say we take something that's definitely not in our colors that we don't want. You can actually, down here, you can actually be switching stuff from your main deck to your sideboard. You can expand rows. It automatically puts them in, converted mana cost, but you can order it up however you want. You can switch these around. So there's good deck building tools in here, and you'd go through and keep finishing up your draft. And then when you're done, here's an example of one I've completed already. Here we were in the red-black sacrifice archetype, and we're splashing a Korvold as sort of a good top end, as well as, have an Embercleave to sort of help close out games. And we just have lots of stuff that wants us to sacrifice things or pay us off for sacrificing things, in Mayhem Devil Annex. We were able to pick up a Cycling Land to help out our mana. But what you're going to do is when you're done, you're going to go ahead and adjust the number of lands here in this counter. Right now we definitely want another green source. We can back off a black source. And when you're happy with the way that looks, we'll go ahead and say export deck to Magic Arena. Then we're going to go over to our client here. Just go into decks and import. And the deck will be right here. You can go ahead and double click to edit. You'll have your cards in your sideboard that you put in the sideboard, cards in the main deck that you had in the main deck. You can apply your styles, swap out your lands, whatever you want to do. And then, when you're happy with it, you name the deck whatever you want. Red-black sack cube. Hit done, and now we have this limited deck. We can go down here and challenge our friends, or on the main screen we can do this direct challenge, punch in their display names, and challenge them using our... We want to make sure to set this to the 40 card. And we can challenge them using this deck that we just drafted in the cube. And you can set up brackets, but that's how you go ahead and set up to cube draft using Magic Arena. You can make your own cubes, use existing cubes, and I'll post links in the description for the one that I used here for the test. But I hope everyone enjoyed this. I hope that you get to go out and use the Magic Arena client to have some amazing cube drafts with your friends here during this quarantine. So, thanks everyone for tuning in, thanks for watching, and enjoy cubing.